Welcome all. We'll discuss more about mortality profit in today's class. If you remember, we solved this problem already. It's not new. On 1 January 1997, a life insurance company issued several 30-year pure endowment contracts to lives aged then 35. Level premiums are payable annually in advance throughout the term of the contract. Then in each case, the sum assured is 20,000 payable on survival to the end of the term. And the question was, on 1 January 2005, 600 policies were still in force. During 2005, 3 policyholders died. If the company uses net premium policy reserves, calculate the profit or loss from mortality for calendar year 2005 in respect for this group of policies. Now, if you see, it's a 30 to 35 we found the reserve, and 600 policies were in force on 1 January 2005, and you found the mortality profit during 2005, mortality profit or loss, whatever. Now if you write 0 here, this was 1997, okay, 1 January 1997. And the age was 30 here. We found between 8 to 9. If I'm wrong, you can correct me, you have time.
So age is 35.
Okay, that's why I thought there must be some problem. Okay, 35, and this will be 43, right? And 44.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you found mortality profit here during this year. So whenever you find mortality profit, you need to check how many policyholders are here and how many policyholders are here. Obviously, we'll have less number of people. Suppose we have, in this case, how many? 600. And now here we don't have 600. How many died during this year? During this year, 3 died. Okay. So how many must be here? Active policyholders. Suppose we have 600 policyholders here. How many active policyholders must be here? 3 died.
597.
Oh, 597. You think? Okay. Maybe in this problem. But there are other ways people, they leave the policy, right? There might be other modes of decrement. We'll do that later. Considering that death is the only way of decrement, you can say 597, but you see later, death is not the only mode of decrement. There are other ways, like policyholders might discontinue, they will stop, they will surrender. That will also come. We'll discuss those later, but now you can say 597, even we don't need it. How many you expected to die, you have to find, and how many actually died. That is what we need. So mortality profit, I can write here, very simple. Here, expected death, the probability that one will die is Q according to age 43, and actually is 3. This is the formula. S minus V here, reserve here. We write the number, not the age. So V9 it will be. That's all. If you know how to find the reserve at 9, then you will be able to do this problem. And you have to know properly S. And here, in case of mortality profit, S is always sum assured. I can write here S is the sum assured, or maybe I can say death benefit. And R is survival benefit. And initially, students say problem recognizing two different benefits. So S and R. Now, if I write the complete formula, in the complete formula, we have this, both R and S. Let's do using this formula. and we'll discuss this separately. Let's go here. Remember, the formula says we have 1 year, so if someone who is fit and fine here, either this guy will die during this year, or he will not die, survive throughout the year. Now company says if you die, we'll be happy to pay you. Will not be happy considering that you died, because that's even something nobody will be happy. So here they will be happy to pay sum assured. However, his name will no more be there. He is no more a liability. However, those who will not die, we're considering one person. So I'm saying either this guy will die or not die. If you have several number of people here, some will die, some will not die. Suppose someone survived here. Obviously, S will not be given. However, some amount will be there in the reserve, so that when this guy dies, in normal families also, if the person dies, some amount they have to spend for the ritual. However, if this guy survives, some amount must be there. It might be 5,000, 20,000, 20 crore, whatever. Now, company has to keep reserve at this point. If this is t to t plus 1, we write vt plus 1. So the difference between this and this is the strain, s minus vt plus 1. The reserve here is vt plus 1. This is what we already discussed. The difference is the strain. Now, if company says if you survive throughout this year, then we'll give you, in addition to this reserve, even this reserve has nothing to do with the company. It's like if I say I reserved 1 hour for you for today's class, I mean, it has no meaning for you. You want to know whether there is a class or not. If there is no class, there must be a reason. So if I say no, I reserve 1 class or 2 class for you, this has no meaning for you. Similarly here, this reserve has no meaning for the policyholder. The company says, see, if you survive, then we'll pay some amount here. That is called survival benefit. Again, this is a 1 year concept. Let me repeat. Mortality profit is a 1 year concept. We are talking about the 1 year. During that 1 year, what might happen? And if you write age also, this will be x plus t plus 1. If you are finding mortality profit during the first year, you have to take t0. Now that company has to pay R. So either company will pay S, or what will happen if the person survives, they will pay this amount, and they will keep reserve VT plus 1, so that whenever this guy dies, they have to pay, right? So the reserve for that they have to keep now. Instead of paying us, they will pay us later. That reserve they have to keep here. Additional amount will be paid up. So two things here. So instead of writing this, we'll write this. The difference between this and this will be the strain for the company. And when we find mortality profit, we write expected death strain minus actual death strain. So if you multiply this with the expected number of people they will die here, suppose n people are here, the expected amount will be n into the probability here, qx plus t, and here it's capital N. So this is EDS, and this one is ADS. If you subtract, you'll get MP. This is EDS, this is ADS. Now, let's discuss when R comes. Suppose I have a 5-year policy or 6-year policy, 5 only. If you consider a 5-year term assurance policy, term policy, suppose you start from 30, because this is a term assurance policy, you have only S. Suppose 20,000, you have no R, R is 0. You find mortality profit here. If you are finding mortality profit during the first year, at the end of the year, if you see, you have S20, R, there is no survival benefit. It's a term policy. Even if you find here, S will be 20, R will be 0. That will continue. During this year, end of the year, there is no R. During this year also, there is no R. If I change it to endowment, suppose in place of term, I write endowment. Then what will happen? Same thing will be there. This one you need to replace by 20, that's all. Because R is 0 anyway. The endowment benefit that will be paid only during the last year. If the person survives to the end of the year, then S is there, R is there, both are there. Okay. So both will come. So if you are finding mortality profit during the last year, suppose I can write during 5th year, then if I write the formula, here you need to know the number of people at this point, okay, N, and Q34 minus number of people they will die. These will be given in the question, N and capital N. Q34 you need to see the table, and the formula is S minus RVT plus 1. And remember here in this case, R is 20, S is 20. Sometimes you see double endowment. Double endowment means what? This benefit will be double. So you have to write 40. That is the only difference. Seeing double endowment, we need not worry a lot. Now, this is 20. This is 20. How about VT plus 1? That is what I want to know. What is V5 here? Who can answer? During the last year, when you find mortality profit for an endowment policy, what is V5?
0.
0. So ultimately, you see, the mortality profit will not arise here, neither profit nor loss, because either the person will die or survive. These are the only two conditions. In any case, they will have to pay this. So according to that, reserve will be there. So ultimately, there will be no profit. This is 0 always. However, if you find during 4th year, there is no R here, and reserve will be there. So out of these three, in most of the cases, someone will be 0. Here, reserve will be 0. If you find during 4th year, reserve will be there, but R will be 0. Okay. If you find during 4th year, R will be 0. This will be there. Reserve will be there. Now make it a pure endowment policy. If you make a pure endowment policy, then what will happen? In pure endowment, there is no S. So, okay, I can write this. I can make it 0. Here also it will be 0. There is no death benefit. It's a pure endowment one. R will not change in any case. In term, there is no R. That's a separate thing. Otherwise, this is 0. And this will be 0. This is 0 anyway. If you find during 5th year, reserve will be 0 and R is 20. S will be 0 here. That modification you need to do. Sometimes you will see a question like this. This is not a normal life insurance. This is a pension benefit, okay? Pension benefit is what? I paid lump sum amount to company. Company will continue to pay. If I condition to my survival, if I survived here, I'm fit and fine. I paid some 2 crore, 3 crore, whatever, and they will pay here. Condition that I will survive. They will see me, and they will pay yearly, suppose 5 lakhs. If I survive, if I survive here, they will pay 5 lakh. If I survive here, they will pay 5 lakh. If I die, then nothing. It's like converting a lump sum amount to a lifetime annuity. There's a difference between annuity and lifetime annuity. When we say lifetime annuity, this is calculated according to expected lifetime. I mean, all will not get the same benefit. In annuity, CT1 annuity, 10 means 10. Here, somebody will get 5, somebody will get 30, somebody will get 20. This is a lifetime annuity. So, in that case, what will happen? If the person survives, there is something. Like you have R, the survival benefit. You don't have S. So, S will be 0. Like R, we have written 0 everywhere. In annuity, S will be 0 in each year. Only R will come. So, how to put R, how to put S, and how to put V, you need to know when you are doing a problem. Also, let me tell you two more formulas for reserve. You need to remember the reserve formula for a whole life. See, in whole life, there is no R anyway. So that's why I didn't bring that one here. You use either formula. The general formula you need to remember anyway, mortality profit. You write both R and S. If it's a whole life one, we normally write this. So if you're finding mortality profit, there is no R. R will be 0 anyway because we started with whole life. I didn't introduce R then. But now you write this as a general formula. Now, what is reserve? Because R will be given in the question, S will be given in the question, N will be given in the question, small n will be given in the question. In most of the questions, 99% of the questions I'm saying, QX plus T, you need to see the table. The only thing is reserve. So you must know how to find reserve. For whole life, there is a formula for reserve. At T, if you are finding, this is AX plus T. This is simple formula minus P A due X plus T. If it's a term assurance, you can write whatever term is there. You can write the term. You can write that. You write colon. You write the term here. You write 1 here. Don't write anything. Find that. It's easy. It's only expected present value of outgo minus expected present value of income. However, we have special formulas. Let me tell you. This is a small derivation. If you want, you can do it. So let me write that. Or let me derive. It will be 3 lines only. Here you need to know another thing. Premium conversion formula. Premium conversion formula. There is a link between capital X, this is given in the table, and small x. If you use this formula, you can change from capital X to small x due. This is very useful because when you are writing the exam, you will not have much time to see both the things. So if you use this formula, you can replace, suppose you want to find both, from one page you can get both, and you can use this formula. Of course, you need to find the, if you are doing for once, I'm afraid how it will be useful for you. Now, this is a very simple one, 3 line. So I wanted to do, and later you see in profit testing and everywhere will be using the derived formula now, where there will be no capital X. First of all, let me write X plus T minus equation of value for whole life. Equation of value, we know P X due is equal to X. So P value will be capital X divided by, then you need to use premium conversion formula. This one, X you have to put here. You put this one. Then you just multiply and do a little bit of calculation. I mean, manipulation, you cut certain terms, and finally you will see that you have to multiply, you will get 3 terms. That's here also you have to put, otherwise you will not be able to cut. Okay. All right. Then finally you get this answer. This one you can remember for whole life. Instead of using this one, you can use this one. And here also you have to put, then only you will get this answer. Let me write that one as well. The premium conversion formula, 1 minus this d ax du, and x is x plus t here. Now two terms here, you multiply two terms, you will get, things will cut, and d things will cut, and finally you will get this one. This is simpler formula, and you will see we'll use it many times in the subsequent classes. Okay. Now if you make it term, derivation is not that important. Still we can use this formula, and the formula will be, suppose you want up to n, this is 0, this is n, so that was for whole life. Now it's valid only up to n, only up to n, not after that. So if you're finding mortality profit here, instead of making it whole life, you will have only this much. This will not be applicable. So up to t minus n, you just write t minus n. Okay. So 1 minus a due x plus t n minus t, not t minus n, it's n minus t, right? Divided by axn. So let me write this, 1 minus, term means this is endowment one. Okay, endowment is also term. I'm talking about endowment assurance. Sorry. So you can use this formula. Can you derive this formula? This one, it's a two line derivation, is not that important. I'm not doing that now. So x plus n t minus n, n minus t, sorry, n minus t. I don't think in denominator you will get, you derive, you will be able to know. And the denominator, I don't think you will get. You can check it later. Now let's go back to our original question. Here 600 people they were there and 3 died. Two things we know, and what we wanted is, during the year 3 people died. What is your expectation? Sorry, if you multiply this, you will be able to know your expectation. That will be around 3. And mortality profit we found here. Now I want to use the general formula. If you use the general formula as well, there will be no change, because there is no R anyway here. This is a pure endowment, R0, S0. R0, S0, this is pure endowment. If you see the question, this is pure endowment. In pure endowment, there is no death benefit, so S is 0. And R is 0. R will come here. Now suppose we'll find here 35. So I can write 30, 29, 30, right? Age is 35. This is for 30 years. So we don't need this 1 January 1997. We need the age. So age will be 35 plus 30, that is 65, and 64 here. So now I want you to find mortality profit here. Okay, who can do this? And what data you need here if you want to find mortality profit during last year? So I need to change a bit, right? So let's change the question a bit. We'll change this one. 600 policies were still in force. Okay, this one I have to write. 1997 to 30 years. That means it will go up to 1 January, right? So 1 January 2027, okay, to 2028. You can change 1 year here and there. I'm not better than you in calculation, okay? So 2027, let me write here. On 1 January 2027, considering that you are in the last year here at this point, 100 policies you have to write here. During 2005, many people will die. Now age is more, so we'll increase this. Okay, this 3 will increase and we'll make it, suppose 20 or 25 policyholders died. The company uses net premium. Again, we are doing net premium because expense is still not there. We'll come across those things from next time. Company uses net premium policy reserves. Calculate the profit or loss from the mortality for the calendar year 2005 in respect of this group of policies. So when you find mortality profit here, 100 is given. So 100 into Q64 minus 25 actual death. And here you need to write the sum assured. Here S is 0 anyway, but now R will come. And last year means there will be no reserve. V65 is 0. So 0 plus R, this will be like this because sum assured is 0. During the last year, there is no sum assured. It's a pure endowment, but we have R. However, reserve is also 0. So now you can use the 20,000 amount given or whatever. 30-year pure endowment contract, 20,000, this one. So you can use this way. This will be minus 20,000. And you need not find reserve also here because this is the last year, there will be no reserve. Reserve is 0. So this will be minus 20,000. That's all. You multiply to this, then you will be able to know mortality, loss, or profit. Now let's go back to, okay, it's over that one. Now let's go to the next problem. At the start of a particular year, a life insurance company had a portfolio of 500 female pensioners, all aged exactly 60, who each receive an income of 10,000 per annum paid annually in arrears. Why they are getting? Will not go about that. Maybe they are government servant, they retired, or maybe they are business from business fraternity, business community, and they contributed the lump sum. And in return, company will pay whole life annuity. But remember, 10,000 per annum, this is the amount, and there are 5,000 female pensioners. The company holds net premium reserves calculated using this 4% interest. 9, they've died. Calculate mortality, profit, or loss. This is the question. Now let me write this way: mortality profit. I should be able to write in one line. Age given 60. Mortality profit or loss which year? Whole portfolio, during income, annual in area, at the start of a particular year. Okay. During first year. Okay. Loss during the first year. This is very important in mortality profit. You have to know during which year you are finding mortality profit. Okay. Now this is time 0. This is 1. This is 2. You can write A60, 61, 62, etc. However, we are interested only this year, the first year. Now, how many policyholders are here? You need to know. 5,000. And how many died? 9. So 5,000 Q60 minus 9. into, we'll use that formula, S minus R plus V t plus 1, that is 61, right? Here reserve you need to find. Now there is no formula I derived for reserve for this kind of a policy. In those cases, you have to apply the direct formula. Okay. However, we'll check whether we know S and R. Now consider this year. During this year,
So,
yeah,
so it will be V1.
yeah, V1, yes. Now, during this year, if the person dies, then there is no benefit here. However, if the person survives, then survival benefit is there. So R is there, S is not there. So we can put here 10,000. The only thing now for you is to find V1. That's all. If you are able to find V1, this is over. Because we know R, we know S, we know small n, we know capital N, we know Q60, everything. Okay. So how to find reserve here for this kind of a problem? Let me write number line. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Now here reserve you need to find. I'm not bringing mortality profit here. I want the reserve here. Reserve means what? Reserve means expected present value of outgo. Let me write. Reserve is expected present value of outgo for the company. Now normally company outgo used to be 1, expected value of sum assured, but now company is paying in advance, paid annually in arrears. Okay. All aged exactly 60 who each receive an income of this per annum paid annually in arrears. So that means for the first year, the payment will be in arrears here at the end of the year. Okay. So the benefits are like this. So when you find reserve, remember all the payments must be done. Okay. In arrear mean this 10,000 will not come, because reserve after, before collecting premium and after paying all the due. Okay. That you need to remember. Let me write this way. After paying whatever claim is there, whatever benefits are there, you have to find reserve. And also it should be before collecting the premium. You are finding reserve here. V1. V1 will be here. So the present value of expected present value of outgo will find. Income is nothing. After this point, there will be no income for the company. It's only paying. It's like I'm giving you class. I have no income, because that is the way the business is. And we collected already money in advance. So whatever number of days or month it will continue, you will not pay anything. Similarly, here there will be no income, only expected present value of outgo here. Why I'm saying this? Because many they think that whatever company income that you can find the time value, you can bring here. Nothing like that. Just see if you have any income. Company has no income. No, in life insurance policies, they convert a lump sum amount. Suppose someone is working in the government, even in many government, uh, I mean, in 80% of cases, uh, government employee also, they don't get pension benefit. Pension is something, suppose somebody worked 30, 40 years in the company, whatever amount they've kept for him, they will pay in the form of an annuity till the person dies. Even there is a joint life. If the person dies, then the person's wife or husband, whoever is alive, they get half of that. Otherwise, for other people, they can have their amount, they can deposit in the company, and company will convert that to a life insurance benefit, life annuity benefit. Okay, that way, here you need to pay all the amount, 5 crore, 3 crore, whatever you have, and they will pay you partly till you survive. Suppose someone gave 5 crores and unfortunately died during this year due to the pandemic. COVID-19, then 5 crore is wasted. However, if he survives, he or she survives till 95, 35 years, you will get money that way. So here, expected present value of income is not there for the company. So minus part will not be there. Only expected present value of outgo. So here reserve is 60,000. And outgo is not a assurance function here because this is an annuity. We have to use small a. I think this is the correct one. 60,000 A61. So this will be 60,000 A61. That's all.
Sir,
Yeah.
so how 60,000?
10,000, right?
Yes, sir.
10,000. Okay, 10,000. Yeah, this much. Outgo in the form of annuity, and income is one time now for the company. It's opposite of normal life insurance policies. And that one time income also, that is at the start. That's why this will be the answer. If you calculate, you will get the answer.